Have you ever been put on the spot and suddenly you couldn't think of something to say or do? Well, if so, keep watching, because in this video, I'm going to share with you what I find to be the #1 problem people have when it comes to thinking quickly. We all find ourselves in those situations where we're put on the spot and we need to think of something quickly, but then we freeze. Nothing comes to us. We're like, I'm not creative. I can't think of anything. Now, this can be a problem because when you're able to think on your feet, you're going to have huge benefits. It makes you seem more confident. It makes you seem more intelligent. And of course, it allows you to solve problems much more quickly and effectively. Well, what I'm going to share with you here is how you can use a technique from improv comedy to help your quick thinking skills. It's not just something you're born with, it's a skill that you can practice and learn. See, I start with a game called 185. It's an improv comedy game where it's like a stock joke. For example, you get a suggestion from the audience like bananas. And then you say, well, 185 bananas walk into a bar. The bartender says, sorry, we don't serve bananas, and then punchline. So for example, the bartender says, we don't serve bananas. Bananas say, oh, come on, but we've got so much appeal.
185 cell phones walk into a bar and nothing happens, so they sit there. And then nothing happens, and so they sit there. And nothing happens, so they sit there. And finally, they look over the bartender and says, what's up? And he says, oh, sorry, we don't have any service.
Yes, it's a horribly corny game. It makes puns. Now, when you play this game, you have a group of people, and whenever someone comes up with a pun or an idea, they step forward. Now, in my experience doing this a lot of times, I find, and I'm not saying this to brag, but that while I'm playing with a group of people, I'm stepping in and out, coming up with jokes, many of which are corny and bad, but that's the game, while others stand paralyzed. And it's not because I'm funnier than them or more creative, it's because I learned one simple distinction. And that is that quick thinking is often much more about quick deciding than about quickly generating ideas. See, what'll happen in that game 185 is we'll get a suggestion from the audience, like doctors. And then the players will think of an idea around doctors, like operation. Like what comes to mind when you think of doctors? The word operation. And then they'll think, how can I make a pun or a joke out of operation? But nothing comes to them. Now here's the problem. They will then continue to struggle with the word operation, thinking, what funny thing can I think of? What funny thing can I think of? Whereas what someone who plays this game well will do, if they don't immediately, very quickly, think of something around the word operation, they'll immediately move on to the next idea. What else do I think of with doctors? Nurses. Oh, well, we were just going to nurse that drink anyways. Ba-doom, right? Or what else? Injections, shots. Oh, we just wanted to get a shot. So the discarding of the idea is actually what allows you to think quickly. So next time you're struggling to think on your feet and respond very fast, remember, it might not be that you can't think of ideas quickly, but rather that you're holding on to an idea. So what I want you to do right now is try this game yourself. Let me throw a suggestion out to you. 185 lawyers. So 185 lawyers walk into a bar. Bartender says, sorry, we don't serve lawyers. And the lawyers say, punchline. So pause the video and try to think of some punchlines right now. Go. Okay, you probably didn't pause it, but think of some punchlines. Okay, now what I really care about here is not how funny your answer is, but whether or not you were able to follow the process of letting go. What's the first thing that came to mind when you said lawyers? Case. Okay, could you think of a pun that came with that? No? Okay, let it go. What's the next thing? Attorney. Can you think of something? And so on and so on. It's a skill. The more you do this, the better you get at it. So keep practicing this game. Come up with different occupations, different suggestions, not to be funny, but to practice the process of quickly letting ideas go to make room for the next one, so the next time you're put on the spot, you can think quickly on your feet. 185 teachers walk into a bar, and the bartender says, sorry, we don't serve teachers. And the teachers say, oh, we're just going to erase ourselves right on out of here. 185 teachers walk into a bar. The bartender says, sorry, we don't serve teachers. And the teachers walk out saying, man, this place has no class anyways. And the teachers say, well, we'll never come back here because of the principle of it. Haha, principle, get it? And the teachers say, pshaw, this place doesn't make the grade anyways. And the teachers say, oh no, we don't want to drink. We were just looking for our friend Jim. And he says, well, you're clearly drunk. I can see it in your pupils. Haha.